Hello, welcome back to another video. I'm going to do something a little different and share with you a week of the dinners that I've eaten. I started off making a lot of YouTube videos, very food focused, mostly because I was new at veganism. I wanted to share what I was eating. Somewhere along the line, what I eat in a day videos got pretty problematic for a lot of people. A lot of people messed up their digestion and their relationship with food, listening to recommendations from a bunch of people who were not professionally qualified to give nutrition information. So today I made an Instagram reel and TikTok of like a recent day of eating, but I emphasize this isn't everything that I eat, and like my portion sizes and what I eat are going to be different than what you eat. And I honestly did that so that I could find out what the controversy was. Like, what is it about what I eat in a day posts, so videos or reels or anything that gets people really like triggered. And I'm really glad that I did that because I was able to start the conversation about how they, one, are typically helpful, two, they're also irrelevant to what others should eat in a day, but they give others good ideas of what to eat if they're stuck in a rut or if they are creatures of habit like myself. And there are already a lot of videos like this on YouTube. Also, I realized it looks like I'm not wearing anything, but I'm just wearing like a tube top. So anyway, from that, it inspired me to make a video just of the dinners that I eat throughout the week that are plant-based. So we didn't have to eat any animals, kill any animals, pay somebody to do any of that stuff. All plants, nourishing, delicious, usually. Doesn't always look delicious. I mean, you'll hear me talk about it throughout the week also, but I thought I would just share with you this week's dinners. So it is Thursday night and I am heating up these frozen edamame soybeans that I got from Sprouts a long time ago. This week has been really interesting in terms of food. Luke and I recently got over being pretty sick last week, and we just didn't have the energy or time to go grocery shopping, so I've literally been opening up a can or two of beans every day. So it's nice to have a reserve of canned beans. This is just chickpeas and pinto beans that we ate yesterday. And I have some brown rice cooked in turmeric from yesterday as well. Chopped celery and mushrooms that I just chopped it up, put it in a pan, let it cook all together. So these, as well as the edamame that I'm currently heating up, are going to be part of dinner. And I also have this peanut sauce. This peanut sauce is the best ever. It's from, you know what, let me just show you. This book, I have the recipe tab. This is the recipe that I make the most from the book because it's just bomb. So highly recommend getting this book, trying out that recipe. I also make it a point to have this box of greens in my fridge all the time so that I can always put my food on a bed of greens. Beautiful peanut sauce. Probably add more. Man, put a lot of this sauce on here. So it is Friday night and we're eating just some more basics bowls. I have this yellow bell pepper that I've had in my fridge for, I'm ashamed of how long it's been in there for, but it looks like it's okay. So I'm gonna cut it up and saute it with some celery, and I'm also snacking on some celery. This weekend we're definitely gonna have to be stocking up on our basics. So I just added the brown rice with turmeric in this. Basically what I tried to do is repurpose the rice and add a little soy sauce, and honestly I don't know if I'm even doing a good job at it, but whatever. At least it's gonna taste okay. I am reheating some corn. My brother gave me a bunch of corn today, so now I'm just reheating it. So now I'm heating up the chickpeas, and I have this seasoning called chana chat. You're not supposed to cook it like this, but I just have the seasoning and I'm like, you know what, how can I make these chickpeas seem less plain? So this is like an Indian spice that's usually used with a chickpea dish. I first tried this when I was in India, this specific spice, and I really liked it. So now I'm just using it as a seasoning. I mean, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but I just have a feeling that, I just know that some people are going to be upset that I used these spices so casually, but I really like the way that it tastes. It's like zesty and flavorful. I had to walk you through that so you could understand this whole setup. This is what I do, and we just put everything together. And I just steamed some green beans really quick because I realized everything else was just so yellow that we need some color contrast, and this bag of green beans was all I had in my fridge. And the greens, of course, from yesterday, as well as peanut sauce from yesterday. And for a little bit of red, let's add some sriracha. So you know I just talked about like, it's so yellow, there's not enough green, I'm gonna add a little red. As I was putting sriracha on, I was like, who cares? I'm gonna eat a lot of colors throughout the week anyway, and these are the foods that I have currently, and I don't feel like going out and getting more ingredients, and this all looks really delicious to me, so it's fine. And that was that. So here's to not color coordinating your foods. But it's fun to do it if you have the energy and time and you really want to. But not if you feel like you have to force yourself. It's Saturday night and we are going to order to go. House of Fortune, this is a vegan Chinese restaurant that's local to our area. So I'm just looking at the menu and we're gonna order some yummy food and pick it up and eat it here. We typically get the same thing when we get to House of Fortune just because we know what we like and our normal order. So this is what we have. We have the rice from yesterday. We have General Tso chicken, which is like General Tso's chicken, but instead it's mushrooms, you can tell. And then we got some mixed vegetables because I love the mixed vegetables that they have, and I asked for extra wood ear mushrooms. Then we have our favorite crispy oyster mushrooms. So they're supposed to be salt and pepper pork, but obviously it's mushrooms. And then we have clay pot eggplant tofu. We took it to go, so it's not in a clay pot, but if you get it at the restaurant, it's in a clay pot. Excuse me, miss, you are chewing so loud. And so we're about to dig in. All right, it is Sunday and we are having leftovers from yesterday. So these are the crispy oyster mushrooms. I just heated them back up in the air fryer. A lot of brown rice. So my brother has a catering company and he always makes too much rice, or sometimes he makes more rice than he needs and he just gives me the rest of it in like freezer bags. So I have a bunch of frozen rice in our freezer and we'll probably not have to make rice for another 2 months. So that's how we always have this turmeric rice. That's just in my brother's catering company menu. Moving on. Eggplant tofu, General Tso chicken, but it's actually mushrooms, that corn from earlier this week, the chickpeas that were seasoned, not the traditional way from earlier this week, and some greens. Okay, so something that Luke and I really love doing is eating our food with nori sheets. So these are like the sushi nori sheets that you would use to make sushi or maki rolls. So we pretty much use these seaweed sheets like you would eat tacos. And I will demonstrate. Rice in here, a little rice. Oh, there's 2 sheets. I'll just put some of this. And also not chicken, corn, just randomly. This is fusion.
That's how we do.
And we don't only do this with Asian food. We do it with basic bowls, we do it with Indian food, Mexican food, seaweed. I think we just love eating with our hands. What is it about it too?
I know where my hands have been. I don't always know where the utensils have been. Come on, man. When you go to a restaurant, dude, you don't know how clean the utensils are, but you know how clean or dirty your hands are. And that's why you gotta wipe with your right and eat with your left.
Wrong. Wrong. So wrong. Monday. We're eating dinner pretty late. Yesterday we ate dinner very early. Today is late. We took Kiara to the vet just to do some checkup stuff. She's okay. Anyway, on the menu today, we are having, well, I'm just heating up the rest of these original breaded, not chicken, pieces by Daring. They look like chicken nuggets. It's just vegan chicken. Heat up this corn. Remember the corn that we've been having the past couple of days. And heating up some rice, asparagus, some leftover green beans in here as well that we're going to put together. Oh, almost forgot. I'm also pressing some tofu. I'm gonna cut it after, I'm gonna give it like maybe 1-2 more minutes and then add it into the asparagus. I barely ever have a plan. I kind of just put together whatever I can put together that's already in my kitchen, which is why I think having staples is so important and just being willing to experiment with things. In my head, I just reason like, it's vegetables. If I don't cook it right, it's I mean, there's little consequence because it's just gonna be like, okay, well the broccoli's overcooked, what now? I think this works out really well if you're just willing to play around with different things and be open to different combinations and not be so, I guess, rigid in the way you plan your meals. I'm rarely ever rigid in the way I plan my meals, and it turns out I'm okay. Got the greens as usual. They're like nuggets. I'm gonna call them chicken nuggets. Some brown rice. Brown and white rice mixed together. Corn. This little random stir fry. I think I overcooked the asparagus, but meh. And leftover green beans, and of course this amazing peanut sauce. You guys need to try this. A little bit sriracha as an option. And of course, you know, we got the seaweed. I'm telling you, when we have it in our house, it goes with every meal except pancakes or breakfast. We should try it though. You just look at the texture of this chicken. It's like kind of weird to me. Okay, beautiful people. It is Tuesday night and we got leftovers. Leftovers. These are not leftovers. I baked these carrots as well as the sweet potato earlier today. I kind of batch prepped, as you can see here. And I'm using the same pan that I used to reheat the rice over here. And I just added a little bit of water because I just didn't want it to stick to the bottom. It's happened enough with reheating my sweet potatoes, and I'm not a super huge fan of using the microwave all the time. Just because I feel like the heat distribution is different with a microwave versus stovetop. Microwave theory, me if you wish, but really it's just because of that unevenness that I get with the microwave that just makes it a no most of the time. Our greens today are going to be whatever was left of the mixed greens, which is here, and some spinach. I didn't get any more greens, I forgot to order more. Anyway, look at all this beta carotene up in here, ready to be converted into vitamin A. Well, because that's what happens in our bodies. What do you do?
Squirting.
Come on, dude. Very great paired with fat, which is avocado. I really like sweet potatoes with ketchup. And so we're just gonna put ketchup on there. Dude!
My bad. I got excited.
We also cannot forget about the seaweed. A little bit of this. Cheers. It is Wednesday, and it's the last day of the dinners, and I'm doing a solo dolo dinner. Luke is out for the night. I have this can of black lentils. I ran out of lentils to actually make, so this is what I have. These baked carrots. I've been eating some because I'm kind of hungry. Corn, brown rice cooked in turmeric, some leftover avocado, and I'm heating up some of these green beans. I tried to get it all on my plate and make it not look messy, but the truth is I'm hungry and ain't nobody got time for that. This is basically everything all together, and I put some ketchup on top, and I have some everything but the bagel seasoning. And honestly, like, I think I sprinkled on a lot of salt because I'm at the very end of this bottle, but oh well. And there's some avocado, I forgot to say. Some avocado in there too. And tried to make it look nice, but honestly, it just doesn't happen at this time of day. It just really doesn't. I'm hungry. And I got a haircut today. And you know we gotta put it on some nori. Okay guys, so that's the end of the video. I hope that this helped give you some ideas, some confidence to just try something random out in the kitchen and see what happens. And also the confidence that you don't need to do something fancy all the time. Just because social media makes fancy meals the norms doesn't mean that you have to also. You do what works best for your lifestyle, the things that you like to eat, the time that you have in the day, the energy that you have in the day, and go with that. So with that said, I hope you're having a wonderful morning, noon, day, or night, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.